What about the springs? You go to any of the springs at all while you're there? I'm assuming you would have gone to some springs.
I went once. Actually,
Once?
I went once.
In 6 years?
In 6 years, I went once. I'll tell you why. I had a date that was coming up from Adelaide. I know I had to start importing. I couldn't get a date there. And I brought her up. And I go, I'll take you to the springs and that. Now, I had to pretend that I'd been to all the waterfalls because obviously I'm taking this girl and I'm the local. So I'm starting to make up, Indigenous names for them and everything. And I'm going around and like, oh, no, this is my favourite spot. And she's like, oh, where are we? Oh, I must have gone the wrong way. I usually go this way, but it's been closed off. And but I went there once. And the reason I did is because I couldn't get phone reception out there. Because I was with Optus and I needed Telstra. But I didn't have the money to change the plan.
So that just jammed you. That's your... So anyway... I can't believe they always con you to go to the springs. It's quite often. You have to walk for millions of miles, carry all your alcohol.
I know. And there's stairs. They don't tell you about the stairs till you get there.
Correct.
Yeah. And it's always, you go down the stairs because that's cool, You go down the stairs. But then you got to remember for every time you go down, you've got to come back up.
Yeah. And it gets tough. And I guess you imported a girl over there. I mean, you're good at a lot of things, but I believe you've quoted as picking up a woman's not one of them.
Picking up the right one's never one of them, to be honest. I haven't had much luck in that category. Hence, as you sit across here from a man with a few failed relationships and a failed marriage to back it up.
So it brings us on to MAFS. That is one show that I don't know how I get involved in watching, but I do, and I'd definitely have to say it's my wife's fault for this. But what made you think, I'm going to, did one of your mates as a joke say, hey, Mickey, you should sign up for that? What actually made you go there and go, I'm going to apply?
All right, I'm going to give you the true story. Not many people know this, but for you, I'm going to give it to you. So what happened is I was working over on a sales trip in one of the other plants in Melbourne at the time. I was sitting in a hotel room. I just met a client. We'd had a few drinks and got back to the hotel room. I was speaking to my mate on the phone, and he goes, I've just stumbled across this MAFS thing. Apply for it. I go, I'm going to apply for it. So I applied for it on my phone. Attached a few pictures and that they wanted, and it was just a joke at the start. And then the paperwork kept coming in. Fill this out, pass this psych test. And I was like, surely the psych test is going to knock me out, that's me done. But no, passed that. And then what happened is it kept going. They kept giving me more forms, and then I was sitting there. Before I knew it, I was lying on a bed with all these monitors plugged into me, and they were checking my heart rate, and I was good enough to go on the show. And then a big part of me was always going to bail out of it towards the end, and then it just got to be. They made you think you did that much work to get on there because of all the hoops you jumped through. It was like, well, why not give it a shot? I never thought I would go on there and meet the girl of my dreams, but what I did think, because I've got a bit of a unique personality. I'm a bit out there. I'm a bit loud, similar to yourself. And at times, a lot of people don't really understand me or know how to take me on the first meeting. So to me, it was like, well, I'm going to do something like this because, if I don't find the perfect girl that I meet through the process, I know that I'm going to go out and girls are going to obviously know what I'm like from the start because they've seen me on TV. I was myself the whole way through, as much as a lot of people sort of say that they weren't and that got edited. Yeah, I've got to wear it, That was me. So I thought that I would meet someone after MAFS and it would boost the pool, I wasn't getting that much luck on Tinder swipes. So I was like, if I'm famous, they're going to line up. I've seen it in the movies. I know how this works.
So you were right.
I was right. I did all right.
So heart rate monitor? Sorry.
Yeah, they put they got the heart rate monitors on you. They've got they put you lie on this bed and they measure. I don't know what they do. I was more sort of looking at the nurse, to be honest with you. But they're putting on all these sticky things, and I was just sitting there trying to remain calm, with my top off. But yeah.
So they actually. So I got to get this right. They actually gave you. So everyone on that show's had a psych test.
Yeah, proper.
No,
I know.
Way.
But then that's honestly, I've got to be honest about one thing as well. Once I got on the show and I'd been to a few dinner parties and I realised what sort of monkey cage I'd stumbled into, I sort of looked in the mirror one day at where we were staying in the apartment, and it sort of looks back at me, and I'm like, am I the normal one? And I'm like, no, Michael, you passed the same test that all these other people passed. You're just as messed up. And that took probably about 2 minutes to get through my head before I sort of got over it and go, oh, well, that's life. But it was pretty confronting to know that you're on the same scale as these people to get picked. So, I mean, I can't say that. Obviously, I'm with a beautiful girl from the show now, Casey. But I don't know. She got invited on. She didn't have to do the test. So.